now listening to the Zay Moore podcast.
I want to know what Zay thinks
There's a
about
few
that.
things that we gotta address.
Black people got the swag. Black people set the trends. We are the culture. We got a reality star for our president. It's insane. Even if they try to erase black history out of schools, it's not going to erase black history. Because we've been here. Kendrick Lamar definitely beat Drake in that battle. Hands down. At the end of the day, I'm going to keep it real with my people. Because if we don't keep it real with each other, who will?
Yeah. We at the Zay Moore podcast. Getting money, stacking real fast. Yeah. What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Zay Moore. I want to welcome you back to the Zay Moore podcast. We got a new episode for y'all. Today is episode 6. Today is also Tuesday, July 15th, and we got some things to talk about. There is a brand new freaky deaky lawsuit. Yes, a brand new freaky deaky lawsuit from a cameraman that used to work for Megan Thee Stallion that we're going to get into. We're also going to get into some updates on Diddy and what's going on with him. He has enrolled into some programs showing signs of rehabilitation and accountability, and we love that over here, so we're definitely going to talk about that. Last but not least, we are going to talk about the new Clips album. That new Clips album is fire, and Malice and Pusha T definitely put their heart and their soul in it. Definitely showed a lot of signs of growth and maturity, and definitely worth talking about. So y'all ready? All right. So let's start with the Megan Thee Stallion lawsuit. I'm gonna get that out the way. All right. So a judge ruled on July 9th that Garcia's claims of sexual harassment and a hostile work environment against Megan Thee Stallion are sufficient to proceed, though retaliation claims were dismissed for lack of evidence. The cameraman's full name is Emilio Garcia, and he served as Megan Thee Stallion's personal cameraman starting in 2018 up until the 2020 events named in this lawsuit. So what had happened was, during a 2022 trip to Ibiza, Spain, he's alleging he was forced to sit in a moving SUV and witness Megan have sex with another woman. And he wasn't able to leave, doors locked, wheels moving, right? He claims this incident, along with subsequent fat-shaming comments and derogatory remarks like being called a fat bitch, told spit your food out, and accused of not needing to eat, created a hostile and Alright, so basically she was calling a nigga a big back. This lawsuit asserts Garcia was misclassified as an independent contractor, denied proper wages, overtime, and meal, rest breaks, suffered emotional distress, and he filed for compensation in court. Responses right now from Megan's team includes that this has been labeled as a fabricated claim and a publicity stunt, demanding the case be moved to federal court for issues of jurisdiction and procedure. Alex Sparrow, who was Megan's lawyer, reiterated that this is purely a money grab, right? This is just somebody trying to get some money. No sexual harassment claims was filed, and these are salacious accusations to embarrass her, quote unquote. So we are now here, and the judge has said, hey, I've heard or seen enough to where I think that we can go ahead and bring this to trial. And I feel for Megan, right? I know she's tired. I know she's tired, because if it ain't one thing, it's another. But and this is not just in a celebrity realm. This is for life in general, right? We got to talk about accountability, because as this unfolds, this adds another layer to, what she has already going on, from, what she went on, what happened with Tory Lanez, to the loss of her mom. She's navigating fame still, and she's consistently shown resilience. So I'm gonna definitely give her that credit there. But with every chapter comes the need for reflection. And again, right, celebrity or not, no one is above accountability, and it's important to recognize that with everything going on, unchecked behavior behind closed doors can also just create more issues for you, right? And that's why I feel, before you get into this industry, I always say, and I think one of the things that my moms did do right was not push me in the industry young, because I do sing, I do rap, I do write music, and I wanted to get in the industry so bad. But when I look at these people, it's like, I feel like when you jump into an industry like this and you have unresolved trauma, none of the shit that goes on 24/7 is going to feed that in a positive way, right? Unless you got people around you who know you and will look out for you mentally, physically, all that, right? Head on swivel type. That's kind of what you need around you. But my prayer for Megan is that she just gets better, like remove a lot of these bad seeds out of her life, make better choices. You want to fuck, wait until you get to your destination. If somebody in the car, just wait till you get to your destination. Why do we have to fuck in the car? And I know when liquor's involved, you ain't thinking right, but we got to make better choices. The same goes for Diddy, right? A lot of the choices that he made put him in the situation that he's in. So we got to make better choices. I want everybody to just take these things as examples and move better in your own lives, because it's very important. Y'all see how I brought that home, right? See, at the Zamor podcast, we ain't Wendy Williams over here. You feel me? We ain't talking about things to beat anybody down. We talk about things, and then what I do is I turn those topics into teaching moments, because that's how I learn. You feel me? Everything that I've been through in life has taught me something. So when I talk about something, aside from it being celebrity news, there's always a bigger picture, always a bigger lesson to be learned. All right? Before I move on from this topic too, I wanted to talk about another point of view that I heard. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast yesterday, and they were talking about it. And, I love what they do over there. Joe, he's hilarious. But his take on it was, if Megan asked him to hit record and he didn't record, he should be fired. And, I'm doing this around you because I am comfortable. And again, right, I'm not sitting up here like a goody two-shoe, you feel me? I'm not going to act like I ain't got my rocks off in a car before, because I have. But at the same time, it's like, all right, we got to slow it down. There's a time and place for everything. And there's also workplace conduct, you feel me? It's like what? Because we in Hollywood and we do music and we in movies and shit, like there's no workplace conduct. Like the whole industry, Hollywood in general, need to sit back and just rethink this, because these lawsuits just been flying, feel me, just been flying out. And goddamn, feel me, if I was one of them, I'd be like, all right, enough is enough. We need to sit our people down. Y'all need to make better choices. You feel me? Because Hollywood is, it's one big community. You feel me? I have my sources, trust me. It's one big community. So, all right, I need y'all to sit down and turn down the freak just a little bit. Just a little tiny bit. Turn down the freak. At least wait until you ain't around anybody. You behind closed doors. Freak with somebody who knows who you are, what you got to lose. Just make better choices. You feel me? That's it. That's it. Yes. So, moving on to the Diddler. What we got going on with the Diddler? So, currently Diddy is being detained at the Brooklyn Metropolitan Detention Center, and he has started participating in several correctional programs ahead of his sentencing. I never say that word too, yo. Date, which is October 3rd, following convictions on 2 counts of prostitution-related offenses. He was acquitted of racketeering and sex trafficking charges. Y'all know those were those more serious ones that packed a punch. He's enrolled into the STOP program, designed to address and prevent sexual assault, domestic and dating violence. He also has undergone drug abuse treatment through the Dr. Harry K. Wexler program, which he reportedly began prior to his arrest. So, participation in these programs is widely seen as a stride towards rehabilitation. So it looks good to the public, it looks good to the judge overseeing things, and it's a demonstration of remorse, so to speak, and self-improvement, which may positively influence a judge during the sentencing. So why does this matter? Why is it important? Well, for one, because it's a sign that Diddy is finally getting a sense of what he has done and what he needs to do to get better, right? And that's what we want for everybody, right? Everybody should be able to take a moment of self-reflection and be like, all right, maybe I do need to tweak a few things about myself. So I think this is good. Courts often look favorably on inmates who take these type of steps towards reform. So these efforts can actually reduce his sentencing, not maybe a lot, but it definitely might help. And, when we also discuss redemption versus strategy. People who are observing this note that while enrolling in these programs can be sincere, they may also serve as a strategic move. So, you have to be very sincere and transparent when you're making these types of moves, right? Don't just do it to look good, towards the judge, right? Do it because you actually do want to change. And a lot of times, the universe will work better when you're working with it. So, yeah. But kudos to Diddy, that's a great thing, and I know after this humiliation of a trial, because that's all it was to me. I feel like if y'all weren't going to book him on the more serious charges, y'all really just wanted to have a really freaky trial. And, they definitely succeeded, telling all his business. But, yeah, I think that the RICO trials fell flat for various reasons, as we saw following the trial. But kudos to Diddy, kudos to him. I think this is going to be great. And I think that it'll help him take the proper steps towards mental recovery. Because if your mind ain't right, everything else ain't going to be right. And that's what people got to start with. You got to start with the mind. The mind, and then, you can think clearly, you can move clearly, and do better. So get y'all minds right, y'all. All right. So, how much time do we have left? Do we have time to go over the Clips album today? I really, really wanted to, but I don't know. I feel like I might have went a little over scheduled today. So here's what we're gonna do, y'all. Because we won't see each other again until Sunday, right? And I don't like rushing anything. I do have my notes ready, right? My album review notes. They're sitting right here in front of me. However, I feel like it's not complete. It's not as cohesive so far as my thought process. So I want to save that for Sunday. I think I will come back to y'all on Sunday where we'll get ready for the week. We'll talk about some music, and then we'll just throw clips in there and make it a general convo. I want to remind y'all to make sure to follow me at the ZayFiles_ on Instagram, and also the Zaymore podcast. And yeah, send me some topic discussions, right? What are some things that y'all got on your mind, some things you want to bring to the podcast, some things that you're scared to talk about with, your friends and family, and you want me to talk about, you want me to research. That's what I'm here for. All right. I want to thank y'all so much for listening to the Zaymore podcast. It's been your boy Zaymore. And until next time, which will be Sunday, right? Don't be late. I need y'all to be on time. Phones in hand, iPads in hand, Apple TVs in hand, headphones on head, whatever. Pause. Whatever you need to get to the Zaymore podcast on Sunday, you do that, all right? All right. I want y'all to have a great rest of the week. And until next time, peace.